Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a blessed evening. Felt very tired earlier, fell asleep for about 45 minutes, something like that. Woke up, felt very disorientated, felt very tired for quite a while. I had some snacks, some chocolate, some pop, some oranges, and probably one or two other things that I can't remember. I had a cup of tea with honey in it, and it's given me a bit more energy again. I'm still a bit tired, to be honest. Probably have an early night tonight, most likely. It's probably very likely, I'd say. Do I want to say, guys, watched a bit of MMA news earlier, a little bit. Just going to talk about some of the stuff I come across. I think, there was something about Paddy Pimblett and Dan Hooker. Look, Paddy Pimblett said something about Dan Hooker's grappling and his mum or something like that. I don't know what it was. Said something like that, according to the video that I watched. And like they were making Paddy out to be a villain, but Dan said something about Paddy's dead friend as well, like the one he kind of done that speech about men talking to other men and stuff, and being talking about the problems kind of thing. I think, if I remember rightly, something like that he spoke about after one of his fights. He got on the mic and spoke about it. Saying for men to talk about the problems kind of thing. So, there was that. There was something about John Jones and Daniel Cormier possibly having a wrestling match, possibly having a boxing match, because John Jones' wrestling coach is in Martinez. He does these wrestling events now, I think. I think it was him who does the wrestling events, from what I could gather from the video. And they've got like big stars, big UFC stars like Carmen Sarukian, Colby Covington, Luke Rockhold, people like that have been taking part, and they're talking about maybe DC and John Jones. DC said he'd do it if the money's right, kind of thing. He said it'd cost a lot of money to get him and John Jones together, but he'd consider it. The wrestling match, I think he was he said, if he wanted to wrestle, he would have carried on wrestling, but he might do it. Do you know what I mean? He might do it if it's John Jones. If it was anybody else, he probably wouldn't want to do it, I think he said. But if it's John Jones, he'll probably do it. He also talked about a boxing match, like he'd like to box John Jones. So, they were talking about that. What else were they talking about? Dana White. Dana White's still like the face of the production of the UFC and everything, but the decisions behind the scenes now, I think he's stepped down, according to what the video was saying. I think it's Mark Shapiro. I think it was Mark Shapiro. I think that was the guy's name. Don't quote me though, in case I've misquoted his name. But he's like the CEO of TKO, I think. He's the one who's in charge of stuff. He's the one who comes up with the ideas for the behind the scenes stuff in the UFC now. Even though Dana's still the face and kind of like the production side of it. They were saying he's more about kind of like quantity than he likes to put out a lot of content, put on a lot of events, kind of thing. This is what I'm guessing, reading between the lines what they meant. He likes to put a lot of events out there, kind of like put a lot of events on, and they're worrying that it might that the matchups might lose some of the kind of like flavour, because he's about putting events on and not just about the big matchups, the really good quality matchups like the UFC fans salivate after kind of thing. Well, that's what they was kind of saying, something like that. They were talking about that. But who knows? I don't know nothing about, because I haven't followed the UFC in a while. It's the first bit of MMA news I've watched in a while, so I wouldn't know really. But this is just what I'm reading between the lines from the MMA media that I watched, MMA news that I watched. So yeah, talking about that. We're also talking about Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria. How I think Islam was saying he wouldn't go down to lightweight to fight Ilia, because Ilia's just, yeah, he might be the lightweight champion and stuff, but Islam's beaten everybody there, and he's just won the belt at welterweight, I think. Yeah, I think he's just won the belt at welterweight, so he doesn't see the need to go down and fight Ilia when he's already beaten everyone. And he's welterweight now, so... but he says he's happy for Ilia to come up to welterweight, I think, and challenge him there, if that's what the fans want to say. I think that's what he said anyway. So yeah, that's about it from what I could read between the lines, guys. That's about it for the MMA news video that I watched. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little video and talk a little bit about some MMA news I watched. I think it was from a few days ago, so it might not be the most recent, but hopefully you've learnt something that you didn't know from my little kind of talk about some of the MMA news. So yeah, so that's all I want to say, guys. Take care. God bless, much love, and I'll be back soon. Take care, guys. Love you all. Thank you. Bye. Bye.